Hi there Tom, hi there trainers and coaches. My name's Brandon and what I want to do in this video today is just give Tom some information really on some exercises that he's going to progress through in order to reach his goals. So firstly, let me tell you a little bit about Tom. I've been working with him for a couple of weeks. He's only young, 20 years of age, and is in a healthy weight range. Still growing, okay, 182 centimeters, but he's just a little bit unhappy about his size and appearance in terms of his muscles. So doesn't currently have any injuries or has had done recently, and is looking to improve his muscle mass, size and strength as well. Currently undertakes some light exercise but nothing too strenuous, and plays a low level of rugby league more on a social basis than professional. So Tom, if you're watching, what I want to do in this video today is show you 3 different exercises which you can progress through at your pace, obviously with the help of your practitioners and your coaches and teammates. And we're going to advance our squat technique. So look, more or less, squats are the foundation or the building blocks, as you will, of any sort of training program that involves a bodybuilding, strength, mass, you name it. Squats are absolutely fundamental. So our main target areas are our quadriceps, which are our thighs, front of the legs, and our glute max. So in terms of squats and how they do benefit your body is huge. So there's numerous metabolic changes that we'll go through with hormone release to help other areas with your bodybuilding. We don't have to go too much into that now, but more or less today, what I'm going to do for you is go through 3 different stages. We're going to start with a goblet squat. We're then going to progress to a high back barbell squat. And then finally, we're going to progress to a barbell front squat. So these 3 variations, again, hit those main target areas which we want. And as we progress through, we can start to increase the load, increase the intensity, and that's going to see your strength improve, your mass improve, and all the other benefits that come along with it. Let's head to the gym. Hey Tom and coaches, so we're in the gym here and we're going to go through our 3 lifts. So I'd like to introduce you to Emma. She's going to help me out with these demonstrations, okay? And what we're going to do is cue through the exercises, but I'm also going to give you some cues to look out for, as well as we get into any trouble on how we can fix that. So exercise number 1 is the goblet squat. So very easy to do, okay? We can use a kettlebell, we can use a dumbbell, or even a medicine ball, and it's just a really good base work for our squat, and especially how we can recognise a good technique, good form, so we can progress nice and quickly. So Emma's going to demonstrate the squat for me now. So what she needs to do is just hold that weight under the chin. I'll just get you to stand side on there so we can see, side on. Okay, so the first one here, what we need to do is have really strong elbows. So this is a good one for our shoulder mobility. So she's going to bring those elbows and push them forward, just so that weight's nice and balanced. Her feet about shoulder width apart, with her toes slightly facing 145 degrees. So what she's going to do here now for me is push the bum back, break at the hips, and just bend at the knees at the same time. Going down into a squat, and straight back up. So I'm going to do about 5 and then for me for the camera. So as you can see here, we're looking for about 90 degrees, okay, between the femur and the ground. So Emma's quite good with her mobility, okay, but if we're not quite at that level yet, a good way that we can gauge our depth is you can bring a seat or a box into the equation. Now I'm just going to get you to squat down so your bum touches the seat, perfect, and straight up. So we're going to use that as a guide for us to push back up. Good. We'll go 3 more there, Emma, just so they're good, open the elbows up, that's the one. Okay, very nice. Okay, so another one from here. Our knees, okay, our front on. We want to avoid what we call vagus knee there. So we don't want the knees to come inwards at all throughout the movement. So Emma's going to demo here what that may look like. Now a good cue for her is to imagine a bit of resistance against her knee, and I want her to push her knees outwards as she's coming over that squat. So it's a really good way just to engage the glutes as well. Okay, so if you do tend to find that your knees are starting to cave in, this is just a good fail-safe that you can get that feel nice and up. Another couple there, just really driving those knees out. That's the one, keeping the head forward. Very simple exercise, and once we get a feel of 3 or 4, that's when the flow starts to come and the technique looks really good. Okay, so exercise number 2 is our high bar back squat. So this is quite a step up from that goblet squat, but the same principles apply. So we're looking to still drive those knees out, still bend and break at the hips, and this time it's especially important. Emma's going to really keep a nice high chest and keep that head up as she pushes up through the concentric movement. Okay, so what I want you to do is squeeze the shoulders back. Okay, so you're going to want to pinch them, squeeze nice and tight together, just to create a little bit of, cushion in there. Take a few steps back there for me. Okay, so again, when our feet set, we want our chest and head up, that's the one. Now I want you to go down into that squat, aiming for about 90 degrees with the knees. Okay, and then from there, pushing strong up. Okay, so again, feel that chest high, you're going to give it 3 more reps. So like before, if depth is a little bit of a problem, we can bring in that bench or a box just to make sure we're getting that one. Okay, now we're going to walk back in. A little bit of flexibility. Wrap that one. Third and final lift, and again, our progressiveness continues. We're going to work into a front squat. So the main difference between the front and the back squat is that we bring that weight to the front, similar to our goblet squat at the start. However, with the barbell, we have the freedom to raise the weight, raise the load, and raise the intensity. So principles stay the same again with the bending our knees, our hips, our knees driving outwards. However, this time Emma is going to bring that barbell under the chin, and again we're going to rely on our shoulder mobility to drive those elbows up to the roof. Emma, just get you to unwrap that barbell. So again, if you just really push those elbows to the roof, she's got a nice strong position, and once that bar, it's not moving anywhere. So we're just going to go into 3 of our squats. That's the one, being that chest. Okay, and again, she's driving her knees out. Get her depth. Okay, 2 more. Up. Good. Last one, big breather in. Strong off. Good. That one in for me, Emma. Very nice. So again, with our 3 squats, we really had that strong emphasis on our lockout our hips as well, which is going to create a lot of power through the hips. So Tom, I just thought I'd take this chance to summarise what we've gone through today, and particularly the difference between the 3 lifts. So starting off with that goblet squat really just emphasises the focus on the technique and the form, and understanding where you should be feeling the exercise and the certain cues that I've pointed out on what to recognise the right from the wrong. So the goblet squat's great for improving your depth, to incorporate that trunk strength and positioning when you do go down in that eccentric and up in the concentric phase, and to recognise that the glutes are firing how we want them to be. So that's going to save us a lot of trouble down the track if we really make sure that our technique is sound from day dot. So from there, we built up to our back barbell squat, and the reason being is that in that position we can then start to build the load, so we can put weight on, and that's where we're really going to start to develop our strength base. So in terms of our programming, we'll be looking for 8 to 12 reps to start with, because you are still familiarizing yourself with the exercise in itself, but I'm sure with the help of your coaches and practitioners that you'll start to increase that very quickly. And in terms of progression, we can see that through a testing of our 1RM, so our 1 rep maxes, as well as we can measure our body fat percentage, our muscle density within the legs, as well as numerous other testings. So finally, the final progression into that front squat, it does take a lot of stress off the back, and similar to that goblet squat, shifts our center of gravity as well. So in terms of our muscles that are used, we do still want to target the same areas. However, shifting that mass seems to create a little bit more tension within the quads, and also allows you to get a little bit more depth. So ultimately, the more depth we get with our squat, the more the glute max will stretch, and allows us just to gain the full benefits of our strength building and power base there as well. So this is also related to your rugby, because the stress on the knees also does help improve our joint density as well. So you'll find with a lot of your agility and your movement work, you'll be able to create a lot more power off the ground, and that's just purely from the development of strength through the quads and the glutes. So keep this video handy, as it's just a really good guide for you just to identify those cues with your squat, and practice does make perfect. So in time, it'll all come second nature to you, but to start with, take it slow, build up those reps and those sets, and then we can continue to progress, and eventually achieve the results that you were looking to achieve. Thanks, mate.